Hello class. Today I would like to talk about, wait, come on. Actually no, hold on. Start over. I always look back on my past and remind myself what choices and decisions I've made, and honestly, I would say trying this fasting method for losing weight was one of the best. And today I want to introduce you to the results of doing intermittent fasting. So so from my experience, I used this method twice, and it worked out really great. And I learned my own body, like what's good and what's bad for it, and like that's really good if you want to master losing weight. And so I mentioned that I did this method twice, and the first week, for both times, I lost like 10 pounds, and I'll explain how that is in a bit. But so intermittent fasting could work great with you, and for anyone who are struggling or who feels hopeless to lose weight effectively. I was once that guy, and I swear I heard like every successful guy say that. I know, but like the difference is I'm not scamming. So there are many great effects of intermittent fasting, like losing weight and receiving great health benefits. Truth is, losing weight does not happen in the gym, it happens in the kitchen. Sure, exercise is definitely recommended and it'll speed the process up, but the real results come from your diet. Have you ever seen like a fit person like who doesn't work out? Losing weight is not impossible. The main things you need is knowledge and willpower. The knowledge is very important for losing weight, and the things you should know how to lose weight is learning about nutrition, macros, and your body. If you don't have the right mindset, then I can guarantee that you will fail. You need to learn to trust the process and be consistent. Intermittent fasting is so convenient that you wouldn't believe me if I told you. So there are many ways to do intermittent fasting. I did the 16 and 8 method, basically fasting for 16 hours, and I would have like an 8-hour eating window, and at the time, the best time for me to eat was 2 p.m. to 10 p.m., and then I will fast for like 16 hours after. So we are all college students. We're busy, so you can schedule your eating window to when you want it, which eliminates stress. You might think it sounds extreme, but half of the time you are fasting occurs when you're asleep. So while you are fasting, you cannot intake any absolutely no calories at all. I know a cheat code to not feel empty while waiting for your eating window at Walmart. Oh shit, where's the pen? Okay, so I should show this in I don't want to accidentally show cause in the end I'm gonna show my results, so I don't want to accidentally I'm just gonna manually do it.
Oh, there you go.
Great. Okay. So at Walmart I would buy flavored sparkling water, which costs like 86 cents. It's pretty good. There's a lot of flavors. My favorite is strawberry, watermelon, and mango. They're pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah. God damn. God. Damn. Okay, so it has contains 0 calories, and it will keep you full and burping pretty much. When your eating window starts, you will obviously need to eat, but eat enough before your fast starts. So to really tell if you've ate enough is, like I said in the beginning, you need to learn your own body. So just go online to one of those macro calculators, put your stats in, and find out. But wait a minute, Jason. Tracking macros is too much work. No, it's not. Once you are settled, it's very fast and easy from there. Another cheat code I have for you is a free app that tracks your macros for you. It's called MyFitnessPal, and it's very useful and saves a lot of time. You can either type in the food. You can either type in the food you ate and what the hell is happening?
The button's a little sensitive.
So where was I? So you can either type in the food you ate and it'll pop up, or you can scan the barcode if it has one, and the nutrients will pop up and add up. How do you measure the food you ate? How do you measure the food to know exactly how much you ate? Buy a food scale, which is like $20 at Walmart, or cheaper at Amazon. Whatever. So, okay, sure, it sounds good to lose weight fast and consistently, but the real question here is it safe? Intermittent fasting is proven to improve your health. Intermittent fasting can help prevent diseases. They tested intermittent fasting on animals, and apparently it prevents cancer. Intermittent fasting increases the brain hormone, BDNF, and may aid the growth of the new nerve cell. It may also protect against Alzheimer's disease. Intermittent fasting helps you develop good habits as well. From my experience while doing intermittent fasting, it made me feel productive, and I would always enjoy doing chores around the house. It made me feel focused on my goals, really motivated, responsible, and I would get results every day, and it taught me to become patient, which is great because I would always rush. And let's just get to the result thing. So long story short, I went for a checkup with my doctor, and then so basically what he told me was I was almost turning obese. I was like 100 pounds, and in like 2 years I gained like 60 pounds of fat, you know. And it was pretty bad. I didn't want to look that way. So like right after the checkup, I signed up to the gym, the nearest gym, and I tried losing weight, and it didn't turn out well. If anything, I like gained more weight because like I would like not eat and just do like straight cardio. It's crazy. And then my cousin advised me to bulk up, and then I did. And this is like under a year. The first picture is when this is my day one on this intermittent fasting. This whole transformation is in 1 month. So that's day one. The second picture is week 2, and basically when I told you like you lose 10 pounds in the first week, you pretty much lose water weight before the fat burning begins. So that's what happened. So week 1, and then week 2, and then week 3, and then 1 month, and I just woke up on that last picture. So moving on. So I bulked up right after that last picture, and I gained like 20 pounds, but it's like not all mass. I gained fat and water weight, and then of course I lost 10 pounds my first week, and then it's only been like a month and a half, and then that's when like I got these results right here, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, can I show one more thing? Alright, so I bet all of you think that I don't hit legs. Oh, I'm pretty wrong, right?
This is a post-present picture.
And that's ass to grass, you know? Like, I don't do no pussy death.
How many reps?
You could have put on.
I could probably do more reps now. This is like a month ago.
You could have put on 5 plates, man.
5 plates.
Is that way?
I'm getting there on like the deadlifts. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you. And just know that like I wouldn't show this to any other class. Like you guys are great. Thank you.
I swear, bro, someone put a beard in my head. Faded. I am faded. Yeah, but you can't. I don't want to be throwing beer at me.
I'm thinking you take that.
That's what I'm do too. It's cheap. And then you take that.
You avoid traffic and you take Uber or something.
Yeah, Uber is only $19 for my house. But it's gonna be, it would be more expensive later. Bro, I could not take it to my car and then
All right, Vivi, what did you think?
Overall, I really liked the presentation. You felt very comfortable up there. All of the slides being kind of select.
That pains.
Eventually you got through it. If it was me, I would have shut down. But you just kept going, so I like that.
Okay. I like the fact that you suddenly remembered what I'd said to 3 other people at the beginning of the speech and went back and stopped and said, wait, I'm not going to start with the purpose statement. I'm going to start with my attention device. Attention device could be a little bit more dramatic and interesting, but it's okay. I thought, when I look at the pictures that you've got there, I think you might want to start with that first shot of you at the beginning of the speech, when you had that lineup of the 5 at the end when you're going through that sequence, say, this was me before I discovered this whole process and I got started on this thing, and here's what an intermittent fasting diet consists of. The slide that you didn't show, the one that kind of shows the time, I won't say you didn't show it early, it came later. I think that needed to be early. It needed to be earlier than it was so that we kind of know what it is you're talking about. And it would also give it a little bit more substance because it sounds like this is something that you just started thinking about and figuring it out yourself. And there's actually a procedure to doing it, and somebody's done some research on these kinds of things. You mentioned at one point that there's research that suggests that when they do this with animals, it has all these particular benefits. So obviously somebody has talked about this. You need to get those citations into the presentation. You don't really give us names and dates or any sources for where this information came from, and that's supposed to be in the presentation. So I know that you did research on it, plus you had your personal experience, but you got to get the research into the speech also, and so it's not there. There's a little bit of a setup. It's very brief, and I think it needs to be a little bit more elaborate because when you're going through the material, although it all ends up being chronological, you're doing it as a narrative. It's kind of a story that you're telling us, and sometimes the story digresses in one direction or another. I appreciated what you were saying about how this kind of thing, diet, this sort of thing works. So you lose weight in the kitchen, not in the gym, that kind of thing. I thought that's a good point. Then you had some other information that you're talking about, but I'm going, okay, so like you mentioned the app later on, and that comes up, and I'm going, where's the information that shows me, how much food you would consume, how you would weigh it, a couple things like that. I like the effects, the kind of before and after pictures that you've got that you're working on, but I think you need to kind of give us a little bit more on the mechanical process that goes into accomplishing that. And the app thing seems like it would be an easy way to do that, to kind of tell you, here's how you monitor the calories that you're taking in or the kinds of foods and the categories that it fits into, and you can control that a little bit more. For example, one of the things I'm interested in, so did you just not eat for 16 hours a day and the other 8 hours you ate whatever the hell you wanted? Of course you didn't do that. So I'm wondering, so what did you eat? What kinds of things did you not eat, or how much did you eat? And some examples of those kinds of things to make it work a little bit more. Right now I'm just thinking, okay, so what I need to do is go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, not eat for 8 hours, skip having breakfast and eat lunch at 2 o'clock, and I'll be fine. And that's not it. There's more, because if that was it, that would be my life all the time. That's pretty much the way I do things, But I know that can't be it, because there's got to be more to it than that. That kind of thing. So that's where you need to get that other material. And like I said, the app thing seems like it would suggest a whole bunch of steps that you could go through in that last section to talk about that. I appreciate, like Vivi said, you ran into a problem. You just went back and fixed it, and that's the best thing to do. Just don't worry about it. Go fix it. Maybe cut down on the cursing a little bit. I understand the frustration. Hot damn instead of goddamn. But somebody yelled at me one time in class. I said, geez, and they were pissed that I said geez because it was a derivative of Jesus, and that's blasphemous, and they were a little offended by that. He said, God damn, I'm sorry. But I'm telling you, you don't know what your audience might, you want to be as careful as possible, not to, and I understand when it gets frustrating. You're frustrated in the moment, and it drives you a little crazy. But that'll be a place where you want to have a little bit more control. The pictures I thought were fine. I think they're pretty effective at showing what you're talking about. That third week you looked really pissed that you were not eating. I'm not exactly sure what was going on that day. And you basically have 3 endpoints of the speech. You know that. Well, you stopped, and then you said, "Oh wait, and there's something else," and then you came back and wait, something else. And then oh, something else. It felt like the end of the Lord of the Rings. I'm getting the war is over, but wait, we've got this other thing that we got to do, and then we've got this other thing that we got to do, and then we've got this other thing that we've got to do, and you need to plan that a little bit better.
Yes.
Okay. Practice is another one of those things that's going to make a difference. Thank you.